How to know when Spirit is trying to get your attention. Let's name it. Most of the time, Spirit does not arrive with thunder. It starts in the quiet. A tightness in your chest that shows up at the same time each day. A restless edge when you sit at your desk. A fog that hangs over plans that used to feel clear. You call it stress or being tired. You power through. Then it returns. Same hour, same place in your body. Same quiet yes or no you do not want to hear. That is the first way Spirit speaks. Small, repeating, easy to explain away. The point is not to scare you. The point is to turn your face toward what is real. If you ignore it long enough, the volume goes up. Plans that made sense fall apart. People drift out of your life. Doors you have been pounding on stop moving. The script you have lived by does not fit anymore. It looks like loss. Underneath it is direction. Signals repeat until you pause. A line in a song hits so clean you have to sit down. A dream carries the same scene 2 or 3 nights in a row. A sentence drops into your mind in the shower and stays with you all day. A stranger says the exact thing you wrote in your journal last week. You feel pulled, not pushed, pulled toward a different next step. If you want to hear better, slow everything down. Not forever, for long enough to notice. Put your phone in another room for an hour. Take a walk without earbuds. Sit on the floor and breathe into the place that feels tight. Ask one clear question out loud. What are you trying to show me right now? Then be quiet. Do not rush to fill the space. Let your body answer before your mind builds a case. Here are patterns I see again and again. You feel heavy after saying yes to the same kind of request. That is a no. You keep getting sick on the week you tried to power through last time. That is a boundary you blew past. You feel relief when a plan gets cancelled, even if it looks important on paper. That is the truth telling you where you actually want to be. Sometimes guidance looks like endings. The job ends. The relationship cools. The plan that kept you busy loses its shape. On the surface, it reads as failure. Look closer. What ended had stopped feeding you. What stayed wants your full presence. Endings clear room so you can stop pretending and start living what you already know. Sometimes guidance looks like a simple detail that returns over and over. The town you keep thinking about. The class you keep clicking on and closing. The person you keep meaning to text. The small habit that keeps whispering start today. The next step rarely looks grand. It looks humble and steady. Take it anyway. There is a cost to not listening. Your body carries what your mouth will not say. Sleep gets rough. Patience runs thin. You start snapping at people you love. You work harder to hold up a life that does not fit. That is not a moral failure. That is a feedback loop. Life is asking you to stop and turn. So how do you respond without blowing up your whole world in a day? Start with one truthful move. Tell the truth in one place where you have been pretending. I am tired. I do not want this project. I need help with mornings. I am not ready to commit to that plan. Short sentences, no defense. Release one thing you do out of obligation only. The weekly call that leaves you drained. The extra shift. The volunteer role that keeps you resentful. If you cannot drop it fully, shrink it, half the time, half the scope. Create one small practice that keeps you honest. 10 minutes with your journal before the day starts. A daily walk without your phone. 1 meal a day without screens. Light a candle at night and ask the same question. What needs my attention? Repeat it until you feel the answer move from your chest to your hands. Notice who shows up when you start listening. A friend reaches out with the exact resource you asked for. A mentor invites you into a room that fits your next step. A chance meeting confirms what you already knew. When you move a little, life meets you. You do not have to force it. If you want a simple way to double-check what you hear, use the honest test. After you make the small move, do you feel a little more steady? Do you breathe easier? Do you feel a touch more like yourself? That is your yes. If you feel smaller, tighter, dimmer, that is your no. Adjust. Try the next small move. You might be tempted to wait for certainty. Certainty rarely comes first. Clarity comes from moving. Take one step. Then the next piece appears. That is how the conversation works. You listen. You move. You listen again. You do not need a 5-year plan. You need the next true step. If you are in a season where the noise is high and your gut is muted, give yourself some room. Put space around your mornings. Put something simple on your calendar that you actually want to do. Cut one input that makes you feel less clear. Get outside. Touch something real, dirt, water, bark. The world steadies you when your head spins. Spirit is not trying to punish you. Spirit is trying to reach you. The message is not you failed. The message is come this way. The gentle route is always preferred. If you miss it, the nudge becomes a shove, not to scare, to move you back to yourself. So notice where life feels tight. Notice what drains you. Notice the door you keep yanking that will not open. Then ask the one honest question. What is Spirit trying to show me right now? Sit with it. Write what you hear. Take the smallest step you can see. Trust the next clue to arrive when you need it. You do not have to get it perfect. You only have to keep listening.